When we set out to craft a fine single malt, we knew what matters most: the barley and its natural flavor. To find a grain that would match the best in the world, we embarked on a journey that led us to the northwest frontier of India. A land rich in flora and fauna. A land nourished by the perpetual waters of the Himalayas. A beautiful yet uncompromising land, where only the resilient and the hardy flourish. Here the lush green fields stretch as far as the eye can see, bursting with vigor. It is here that India's finest barley comes to life, bringing with it the rich, robust flavor of the land from which it is born. Punjab, land of the 5 rivers, is the first gateway to this hardy frontier region. Endowed with fertile, rich soil, irrigated by 5 Himalayan rivers, Punjab is India's bread basket and produces more grain than any other state in the country. Blessed with the highest amount of nutrients, the soil of Punjab produces barley that is unmatched in quality and taste in India and in many parts of the world. This unique taste is a prerequisite in crafting India's finest single malt whisky. Barley is also sourced from Jaipur in Rajasthan, the land of the Maharajas. Since ages past, the Pink City, as Jaipur is called, has been the realm of royalty. Here, luxury was a byword, and only the finest would do. The grain from this ancient city brings with it a touch of class, from which would be born India's finest single malt whisky. Rajasthan, land of warriors. The proud race of Rajputs inhabit this colorful and fiery desert region. The temperature, humidity, and desert air of this arid frontier land make it the ideal place to create the finest malt. The extreme climatic conditions of very cold winters and fiery summers gives the malt a taste quite unlike any other. Perhaps as a reflection of the land and its fiercely proud people, the malt acquires a distinctive taste that is singularly supreme. A taste that speaks of royalty and palaces, of kings and nobility, of men who seek only the very best. Beginning at the foothills of the mighty Himalayas, the malt now travels over 2,500 kilometers across the Vindhya Mountains, an imposing range extending across central India. From the robust north to the tranquil south, the malt has reached the final leg of its journey. The malt is ready to reveal its full-bodied Himalayan flavor, a dash of the robust north, a touch of royalty of the desert warriors, and the subtle hint of the serene south. In the city of Bangalore, Silicon Valley of Asia and India's most technically advanced city, the malt is finally home. Bangalore is also host to the Central Food Technology Research Institute and the Indian Institute of Science, 2 of India's oldest food testing and research institutions. From a humble grain to a rich amber spirit, the malt awaits the metamorphosis at one of the most traditional yet advanced distilling plants in the country, built on the experience of 3 generations. The process begins with milling at the automated milling plant. The malt is then converted to grist to expose starch. The dry grist is collected and mixed with hot water. At every step, the process is controlled and supervised by highly trained distillers. The mixed grist is pre-mashed and a slurry is formed. The slurry is pushed down to the mash tun and the wort is collected after a period of rest. Small mash tuns allow for smaller batch processing to preserve the natural quality. The entire process takes place in a sterile environment. The cooled wort is now ready for fermentation, the final process to convert non-fermentable starch into fermentable sugar by activating the enzymes present in it. Yeast is pitched into the fermenter to activate fermentation. Controlled temperature conditions aid the process of fermentation. After fermentation, the wash is distilled in typical pot stills. American oak barrels stand waiting, ready to impart their heady aroma to the new make spirit. Maturation takes place in these imported oak barrels, while the salubrious Bangalore climate helps speed up the maturation. At 3,000 feet above sea level, the climate gives the whiskey a unique character and helps create a rich and high bouquet product. After the Angels have had their sumptuous share, thanks to the aging conditions prevalent here, the whiskey is reduced to bottling strength and is ready for bottling at the state-of-the-art facility. Originating at the foothills of the mighty Himalayas, journeying down to the cool and serene south, Amrut Single Malt Whisky brings with it the singularly exquisite flavor of a premium malt whisky. A whisky full of the robust mountain air, characterized by the hearty spirit of the desert warriors, yet subtle and smooth like the tranquil south. A spirit from the land of the Maharajas, Amrut Single Malt Whisky. A taste royale that comes to you from Amrut Distilleries, carrying with it the enchantingly distinctive flavor of an ancient and mystical land.